Hello Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Cancer, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Cancer, let's get started. How does Cancer currently view this relationship? All right, Cancer, let's see what's going on. So we do have the Queen of Wands, we do have the Nine of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ten of Swords for you. So in regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, Cancer, it kind of looks like something recently came to an end. Could have been a marriage, could have been a relationship or a situationship that you were in. But regardless of whatever this thing was that, came to an end, it kind of looks like you're handling this ending pretty well is basically what I'm getting. You're handling it pretty well. With the Queen of Wands to the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you're kind of, how do I explain this? I feel like you're trying to focus on the brighter side of this entire situation. At least you don't have to deal with this person anymore. At least you don't have to put up with this, that, and the third anymore. At least you can kind of get back to just focusing on yourself all over again, things of that nature. So I feel like for the most part, Cancer, you're doing a pretty good job at looking at the brighter side of this entire situation. Even though things came to an end and it might suck that things came to an end between you and this person, I feel like you're, for the most part, just very hyper focused, I would say, on the brighter side of all of this. Okay, cool. Let's look at this person. How does this person currently view this relationship? All right, so we do have the High Priestess to the Two of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ace of Pentacles out here. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Chariot to the Knight of Cups, and then we also have the Two of Cups out here. So in regards to how this person's currently viewing you in this relationship, with you, I don't feel like this has anything to do with this person that you recently experienced an ending with. This to me kind of feels like a fairly new person showing a whole lot of interest in you. Is basically what I'm getting, okay? So for some of you, you could currently find yourself connecting with this person now, or you might find yourself connecting with this person, very, very soon. But regardless if you're connecting with them now or you're about to find yourself connecting with them, this is going to be someone that's going to want to pursue you and a relationship with you. I am definitely getting that strongly off of them and their energy. I feel like with that Ace of Pentacles to the High Priestess, I feel like Spirit's just kind of warning you, you know what I mean, in advance about this person that you're going to find yourself meeting, very, very soon. Now, this person might be older than you. If they're not older than you, they might just have more life experience than you do. You are showing up as a Queen of Wands. They're showing up as an Emperor. The person that's, sitting in the Chariot is the Emperor. So there could be an age gap between you and this person. Like I said, they might be older than you, or they might just have more life experience than you do, is primarily what I'm getting. Now, I feel like when this person does show up for you, you're still kind of in the process, right? Of fully grieving the loss of this previous relationship and fully getting over it. But I feel like before you get the chance, to fully grieve the loss of this individual and fully get over it, that's when love just shows up for you out of nowhere is basically what I'm getting. All right, how does Cancer feel? Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ace of Swords to the Three of Wands. So we're not seeing the connection just yet between you and this person. But I am definitely getting that you will definitely find yourself meeting this person before, like I said, you get the chance to fully get over this person from your past and fully make peace with the past is primarily what I'm getting. But we do see you very focused on yourself, your career, your education, your business if you have one. You're just very, very focused on you right now. Love is not a main focus and a priority for you right now. It kind of looks like you and your goals and the things that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself as well as yourself is your main focus / priority. But like I said, it kind of looks like love is going to essentially show up here for you out of the blue. Now, when it does show up, okay, I think that it's going to catch you off guard. It's not something that you will foresee coming. Another thing too, I am definitely, again, when you do meet this person, you're going to find yourself wanting to actually, build and establish a life with this person. This is someone that you're going to find yourself feeling very, very drawn to, primarily because this person does fit, what you're essentially looking for, within a person. So if you had to like settle down, for example, and get married to someone and start a family with someone, it would hands down be this person, is basically what I'm getting in regards to how you're gonna feel about them. How does this person currently feel? Okay, so we do have the Six of Swords, we do have the Ten of Swords, and then we also have the King of Pentacles out here. True pair situation here between you and this person. I think that the both of you are going to be caught off guard by this connection. I am definitely getting that. This person does come off to me as somebody who, yes, has been very focused on themselves, their career, their education, their business if they have one. But I also feel like they've been making time, to like find love. You, on the other hand, not so much. It kind of looks like because it's not a main focus and a priority, you're just really not making time for it, is basically what I'm getting. So that's like the only difference I would say between the two of you. You guys are very focused on yourselves, yes, and your goals and your career, your business if you guys have one, but the difference is that they're looking for love. You, on the other hand, you're not looking for love. Let alone making room for it, is basically what I'm getting. That's the only difference I would say between the two of you. But I do feel like you're going to be taken back by this connection, and so are they. I do want to look at this person a little bit more, though. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles. Okay. Well, this person did show up as an Emperor, and now we have an Empress out here. Okay. All right. In regards to this person that you're going to find yourself meeting, this person comes off to me as somebody who's very, established, very intelligent. They got a good head on their shoulders. That's one thing that I will say. I feel like this person has been able to accomplish and achieve a lot of things in this life. I think that the only thing that's really essentially missing is someone that they could build and establish a life with, somebody that they can get married to, start a family with, things of that nature. That's the only thing that has been essentially missing, I would say, out of this person's life. And I think that there came a point in time where this person may have found themselves essentially feeling like, damn, like I'm never going to find the perfect person for me. I guess I'm never going to get married. I guess I'm never going to have a family. Like this person, because they are showing up as a King of Pentacles, and you guys are very similar in that aspect too. That's another thing that you guys have in common. The King and the Queen of Pentacles, these are two people who are known for being very picky and very selective of who they choose to invest all their time and energy towards. The only way to get a King of Pentacles or even a Queen of Pentacles to like settle down would be them connecting with the perfect person for them. Because if that person does not have what they truly want and desire, a Queen of Pentacles is not going to entertain it, and a King of Pentacles is not going to entertain it. So don't get me wrong, I feel like this person has had many chances and opportunities to go off and get married and, start a family with someone, but it would have been with someone that they would have felt like they were settling for less with, if that makes any sense. The only way the King of Pentacles ever takes a relationship seriously and actually settles down is when he or she meets the Queen of Pentacles. For those of you who don't know this, the King of Pentacles is considered to be the perfect partner card, just like the Queen of Pentacles is considered to be the perfect partner card. So you're going to look at them like they're perfect for you, and they're going to look at you like you're perfect for them, influencing the both of you to want to essentially settle down. Because when you meet them and they meet you, you're going to find yourself feeling like you can't do anything, like you can't do better than them, vice versa, if that makes any sense. So the very thing that has been missing out of this person's life, it kind of looks like, that's going to become a thing of the past once this person meets you. Because what has been missing out of this person's life is someone that they can share their life, with and build with and get married to and start a family with, things of that nature. That's what has been missing out of this person's life. And it kind of looks like that's about to drastically change. All right. Now let's see. Okay. Okay. Alrighty then. In regards to... Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting... I wasn't expecting that from... But I think that this has a lot to do with your history and their history. All right. So here's one thing that I will say. When you meet this person, expect your relationship with this person to grow at a very rapid pace, a very rapid pace. Like you guys might find yourselves dating one another for like a few weeks, possibly even a month tops, and you guys are already in a committed relationship with one another. This is a relationship that's going to move very, very, very quickly is what I'm gathering. I'm going to be honest. This to me kind of feels, which is very interesting because it's interesting. I don't even know why you guys are showing up this way. The only thing I can think of is that it probably has a lot to do with your past and a lot to do with their past. But anyways, you guys are going to have a relationship that's, how do I explain this relationship, man? It's going to be a relationship full of love, passion, desire, and toxicity at the same fucking time. You know what I mean? At the same time, honey, at the same time. Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. It's just going to be full of love, passion, desire, but I keep getting toxicity too. And I think that I could be wrong. And it's weird I think this is the first time I've ever seen this with the Emperor to the Empress and the King of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, because typically typically the King of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor to the Empress, they typically have like a very healthy relationship with one another. We rarely ever see the King of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles ever have like a toxic and unhealthy relationship, or even with the Emperor to the Empress. It's very rare. I don't think I've ever seen this shit before, but it's just, I guess it's possible now that I'm seeing it for the very first time, but this goes both ways, you guys, but the reason why this relationship is going to be so toxic and unhealthy, and it's a mutual feeling, so keep that in mind. Five of Swords, man, right next to the Emperor, which your person did show up as an Emperor. You know, that kind of represents somebody who don't play when it comes down to you. Like, they do not fucking play when it comes down to you. Like, they're going to be, possessive, territorial. You belong to me, Cancer, okay? And if anybody tries to talk to you, flirt with you, get at you, it's going to be a damn problem. You know what I mean? But it goes both ways. Like, if somebody were to, like, try to talk to them, flirt with them, whatever the case may be, like, it's going to be a damn problem. You know what I mean? It's going to be a problem. Five of Wands could definitely represent, it could represent somebody who gets easily triggered. I'm gonna be honest. It's weird to see this happen between, an Emperor to an Empress to a King of Pentacles to a Queen of Pentacles. But yeah, I feel like the main reason why this relationship is going to be toxic to a certain extent is because you guys are going to be very territorial over one another, very possessive over one another. You're going to be the jealous type. They're going to be the jealous type. You're going to be the possessive type. So are they. You know what I mean? As far as, getting easily triggered is concerned, I feel like that's something that the both of you guys are going to find yourselves experiencing within your relationship with one another. There's going to be certain things that they're going to do that are going to easily trigger you, vice versa. This is very interesting. I've never seen this with the Emperor to an Empress. I'm not in this type of dynamic. We typically see this with, like, the Queen of Wands to the King of Wands, the King of Swords to, like, the Queen of Swords. This is very common to see this within the King to the Queen of Wands, the King to the Queen of Swords. Never the Queen of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles or the Emperor to the Emperor. No, never. Huh. That's a first. Tell me more about the Five of Wands to the Five of Swords. You got the Page of Pentacles to the Six of Cups to the Three of Wands. Okay, I think that this does have a lot to do with the past and okay, so I guess. All right, let's talk, okay? I feel like in previous relationships, you weren't necessarily the jealous, possessive, territorial, easily triggered individual. With this person, you're going to find yourself, being that way. And with this person, they're going to find themselves being that way with you. Although they've never been this way with anybody else, they're going to find themselves being that way with you. And I think that it has a lot to do with the fact that, let's just be honest, you know that you're dealing with a man or a woman that possesses a whole lot that any man and or woman would essentially want. You're not dealing with somebody who doesn't possess what any man and or woman would essentially want. I mean, you're dealing with somebody who does have, qualities that any man and or woman would essentially want. In other words, if you can see their value and their worth, so can everybody else. Hence the you being territorial, you being possessive, you being the jealous type. But see, it goes both ways. Like, they know that they got a good thing when it comes down to you. They know that you possess, everything that any man or woman would essentially want. You know what I mean? So again, it kind of explains the whole them being territorial, possessive, and, being the jealous type, because I think that the both of y'all know that y'all have a really, really good thing. You know what I mean? I think that you got a good man by your side or a good woman by your side, vice versa. I think that it's because of that, but I also think it's fear. It's the fear of losing, you know what I mean? Like, this person to someone else, and it's the same fear that they have when it comes down to losing you, to somebody else, I'm gonna be honest, it don't get no fucking better than you guys. It doesn't get no better than you guys. I mean, it just doesn't, like, I guess, like, what I'm trying to say is that the likelihood of you finding someone better than them is probably not gonna happen. And the likelihood of them finding someone better than you is probably not gonna fucking happen. Like, it's more common to run into, I don't know, like a Queen of Wands or a Queen of Swords or like a Queen of Cups. Like, it's just very, very common to run into those type of individuals versus like an Empress to an Emperor, primarily because an Empress to an Emperor, these are two people that 9 times out of 10 are already married or cooped up, with somebody. So they're basically off the market, if you will. It's more common to see like a Queen of Wands or like a Queen of Swords or even a Queen of Cups, single. So it's more common to meet like a Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, King of Wands, King of Swords, King of, Cups. But to meet a Queen of Pentacles, even a King of Pentacles, especially single, it's just rare. You know what I mean? It's just rare. And the fact that you guys are also showing up as an Emperor to an Empress, I mean, that's even rarer, which I don't even think is a word, but you know what I mean. I just think that that's the reason why this relationship is going to be like super toxic. You know what I mean? Super toxic. But full of love, honey. You know what I mean? And passion and, all that stuff. But what actions will this person take? That's a first. Okay. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. We got the Nine of Swords to the Eight of Swords to the Ten of Cups. To the Ten of Pentacles, yeah. To the King of Swords. That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. I think that you know what it's like, to be with somebody who is like the polar opposite of them. You know what I mean? So the fact that you found this person, they are the way that they are. You know how rare, you know what I mean, it is to like find somebody like this, somebody who possesses like a good 95% of what you truly want and desire. That shit is rare. I feel like you've always dealt with people who probably have like, I don't know, maybe 75% of what you truly want and desire within a man or within a woman. Same applies for this person. So I think that the both of you, especially with the King and the Queen of Swords coming out here, I think that the both of you know what it's like to be with somebody who's like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of what you truly want and desire. To then meet somebody who has every fucking thing that you truly want and desire, or at least 95% of what you truly want and desire, because nobody in this life is perfect. I guess I get the fear that you guys have as far as like losing one another is concerned, specifically to someone else, because that's like the fear that you guys both have, is like you fear that I guess somebody somewhere is going to come along and take your man away from you, or your girl away from you. And I feel like they kind of have that same fear when it comes down to you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? In like previous relationships, you didn't have that worry or concern, because at the end of the day, and I hate to say this, but I'm just going to be very blunt about it. Let's just be honest. The people that you were with prior to meeting this person, I think that you quickly discovered that those people that you were dealing with kind of lacked what any man and or woman would essentially want. So you didn't feel the need to be possessive and territorial. No, this belongs to me and stuff like that, because I hate to say it this way, but you kind of knew, you know what I mean, that you had a guy that was in your life that was all right, you know what I mean, or a girl that was in your life they were all right, you know what I mean, like they had maybe one or two things that I guess any man or woman would essentially want, but they lack a shitload of other things. So you didn't feel the need to be like, oh, this belongs to me, everybody back off, you know what I mean? But now that you got with this one, it's a whole nother ball game, honey. It's a whole nother ball game. They got some good qualities to them, and you got some good qualities to you. So I mean, I guess I understand in a way the fear that you guys have and why you guys are gonna be the way that you guys are gonna be within this relationship, which is just two people, man, that are very possessive and territorial, and you know, the jealous type. And I feel like that's why the relationship is going to be so toxic and unhealthy at times, to an extent, you know, between the two of you, because you don't play when it comes down to them, and they don't play when it comes down to you. Like they just I think that the both of you are scared for no reason. Can I just say something real quick? I think that y'all are both scared for no reason. And here's why. I think that y'all both have enough life experience to kind of know that the reality of the situation is that if you were to do something, for example, to self-sabotage this relationship, the likelihood of you finding a King of Pentacles / Emperor like energy again is probably never going to happen. In other words, if you were to do anything to mess this relationship up, I think that you know good and damn well that you're not going to find a man like this again, or a woman like this again. I think that you know that very, very well. You know, hence why you're going to make sure you don't do anything to self-sabotage this relationship. But it goes both ways. You see what I mean? It's like, they know that they got a good thing, and they know if they fuck this up, they're not finding another woman like you. They're not finding another man like you. Like, they're not. You know what I mean? It doesn't get no better than you. Just like it doesn't get no better than them. But I mean, I understand why you guys have this fear, but it's like, I'm looking at the both of you, and I'm just like, okay, I get it. But y'all shouldn't be afraid, you know? Y'all shouldn't feel the need that you guys have to be, you know, like territorial and possessive over one another, because at the end of the day, you're not going to do anything to mess this up, and they're not going to do anything to essentially mess this up, because deep down inside, you know, you're not going to find another, you're not going to find, you're not going, I'm telling you, you're not going to find a man better than this one, or a woman better than this one, vice versa. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Sorry. It's not going to happen. It's not gonna happen. And I think that you know that, and they know that, but there's still that, you know, but this belongs to me, so everybody back the fuck off, and nobody talked to him, and nobody talked to her, you know what I mean? Like, but I guess I understand. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah, but I'm, like I said, I'm looking at the both of you, and I'm just like, yeah, I can see why you guys are worried, you know, and why y'all feel like you guys have to be this way towards one another. But to be honest, me looking at the both of them, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know why this person's like this with you. And I'm like looking at you like, I don't know why you like this with them either, because you're not trying to mess this up. They're not trying to mess this up, because I think that y'all both know y'all ain't gonna find anyone better than one another. I'm so sorry. It's just never gonna happen. It's just never gonna happen. And that's the thing too, is that it's the way that the two of you are as individuals, right? It's like, if you guys are going to step out of this marriage and a relationship, it's gonna have to be with somebody 10 times better than the person that you already have by your side. And you gotta understand that the shoes you walk in are very fucking hard for any woman out here or man out here to essentially fill. Do you catch my drift? So it's like, with that being said, you know what I mean? It's like the likelihood, you know what I mean, of them finding someone better than you. It's just, at this point, it's like fucking impossible. But same applies for them. It's like, for you to find another man or another woman, you know, who can walk in this person's shoes, you know what I mean? And be 10 times better at it, it's just not gonna happen. Like, it's so rare. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's just not going to happen. It's just not gonna happen. Like, it's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry. It's just, there's a very, very low percent chance that you're going to just so happen to find someone better. Because the King and the Queen of Pentacles, like, if they ever do step out of their marriage and a relationship, it's going to be with somebody better. You know what I mean? It's going to have to be with somebody better. It can't be with somebody worse. It has to be with someone better. You know what I mean? It has to be worth self-sabotaging this marriage over, or this relationship over. And the thing is that you ain't gonna find anybody better, so then there's that. And then they're not gonna find anybody better, so then there's that too. So, you know what I mean? Like, a Queen of Pentacles is not going to self-sabotage your marriage and a relationship with someone who, not to make you and this person sound all high and mighty and cocky and arrogant. I'm not trying to come off that way or make it seem like you guys are like that. But, you know, Queen of Pentacles is not going to step out of their marriage and a relationship for someone who's, I guess, beneath them or lacks what they truly want and desire, you know, because what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? What's the point of ruining a good thing over something that's all right? You know, same applies for the King of, you know, it's just, y'all are worried for no reason. It's basically, I guess, what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys here next